Hey folks, another quick look at garden and bonsai. I've started to do my first bonsai. It was a tree I bought last year, a little Acer japonica. It's a variation on colour. It's like a yellow one with a red leaf on it, but you'll see it after. And I've also got here what I found are some more different Acer seeds. I'm going to try and start some of them. Quite like the idea of bonsai trees. Might have one in here, see, that's what I'm thinking. Keep me company in the winter. And I found another plant which I've been looking for such a long time. And it's called Topinambour or Topinambour. I'll show you, look. Topinambour. Just see if I can. And do you know what it is? Jerusalem artichokes. Been trying to find them here. Sunchokes, you know, Jerusalem artichokes, and people look at you and go, oh. So found them at last, and these were in the supermarket. And my wife told me about them. She says, "Oh, this is this old plant that they've been, you know, well, they used to eat here, and you don't see it very often. Now they're going to the supermarket." I went, "Go and buy some," and she did. And I looked it up, and it's Jerusalem artichokes. So I'm very pleased. Weather's been absolutely rubbish here, and I don't really want to go blah blah blah, but I'll show you what's going on in garden. There's some stuff's going on. But I pulled this garlic. Reason being is that it had gone like that, it had flopped, and I was hoping it weren't rotting. It's not, but it's split. It must be because of all rain. But if that's the sort of a look at what might be coming, I think I'm going to have good garlic this year. Anyway, I'll get on with it.
Summertime and the living is.
I just thought I'd get a look at my cauliflowers and cabbage. Well, there's all the stuff in here. There's some broccoli and sprouts, but I've already had a cauliflower. And that's quite nice. That one's even bigger. We're having cauliflower again this week, and I'm going to take that cabbage there as well. That's headed up nicely. I'm sure it'll get a lot bigger, but I've got plenty, and I do like Savoy. Just get a look at the tomatoes. They've kicked off now, although we've had nothing but rain. I mean, absolutely diabolical weather. I'm guessing that this place, well, obviously it is a lot better. This is southwest facing, so I'm getting some tomatoes forming on. Now, I don't know whether these are the yellow melamine or melamite, or if you pronounce it, or the big beef. I've got beef, melamine, and an F3 variety here, which they're not labelled because I've got a label thief. If I put labels in, a lot of them just disappear. Small children, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes, to be honest. And again, peppers. These are not flowering up yet. Had a bit of slug attack, but they're doing alright. Basil's coming up inside. I've just chucked a few basil seeds around tomatoes. And that is celery herb. It's all going to flower. So I'm going to leave that so I can get some seeds off it. I've also got some mustard, which I've left to go to flower. The ruby streak mustard. I've took all the rest of the plants out. It's all bolted, but apart from one, so I'll get some seeds off that. And the salsify started. If you can see that. I can't. There's a few of them. Be interesting to see what they turn out like. That's one. That's one. Oh, I'll show you my garlics. I'd noticed this one had fallen over. It's gone soft up neck, so I'm assuming that's ready, but so I had a little dig around. It's looking pretty damn good. And a couple of others have gone soft, so I'm going to have to be harvesting this, I think. But I'm well pleased with that. And again, these shallots. Don't know when these are supposed to be harvested, but again, from all this terrible weather we've had, I worried about them starting to rot, you know, but I'm not sure. Second planting of potatoes in there and there. That's a third planting of potatoes, just seeing what's happening. I had to put slug pellets in there. They're absolutely covered in slugs. Eating potatoes as they were coming out. So it'll be interesting to see what comes there. Flowers are coming out. Zinnia have come. See, and all my strawberries. And the rest of my tomatoes over there. But these, as I said, I don't know when I'm going to have to take them, due to the fact of saying I'm worried about more about them rotting if weather carries on like it is. And I've just planted some more lettuce. My father-in-law sent me a load of lettuce. What he usually plants a big patch and digs a clump out and sends them me. So that's where I've replaced them beans, sort of thing. Because I've still got that bloody thing in here, that mole cricket in here, and I think that's had most of beetroot. There is some seeming to come now, but as soon as stuff comes, it disappears. And I seem to have had something strange happening with these beans on second planting, but I think that's some sort of rot due to the fact that we've had that much rain. It's just rain, so I've put a load more of this lettuce in. A few of these attraction lettuces started to bolt, but we've cut them 3 or 4 times, you know. So all I've done is replace them with them, and I've got some more of that attraction going in that's started. I'm going to leave that mustard there to seed and collect seeds off it, because I do like that. It's nice, it's really mild. And even radishes have bolted. It's been really strange. I don't know whether it's weather or what, but even radishes have bolted really quick. Before they bulbed up, they just bolted. The bok choy seems to be going alright, apart from flea beetle damage. But the holes don't taste of anything, apparently. This is that bed again, what I planted last week. Nothing spectacular happening due to weather, I suppose. But we'll see. So there's not much difference in that. Only thing there is different, something's had top off for that one. Don't know what. I'll show you these peas again. They're nuts. I know that bed's about 30 centimetres high, but they're well over 2 metres now. I should imagine the plant themselves are over 2 metres. There's loads of peas on it. I'm going to have a right pain to harvest them. Wind blew it all over, and they've all come forward. Wait it rain. But there's loads of peas on it, so some of them I'll be drying, and some of them I'll be picking what I can. And potatoes. They're a good 3.5 foot nearly. Be interesting to see what I get out of them. I'm really looking forward to trying them, seeing what I get from the South Palmyra. The Desiree and South Palmyra in there, but the Desiree is obviously flowered. And as I've had all this real estate around these tomatoes, I've planted some more of them attraction lettuce in there to see how they go. I've actually got some beets started in pots, and I might just put 3 or 4 in there just to see how it goes, sort of thing. Just to see how they go. Don't want to waste good real estate, do I? I bought this last year as a cutting, and I've had it in a pot. Obviously it survived winter. I'm going to get a trim now. I'm hopefully going to get this to go into some sort of bonsai. I do say hopefully. So that's that butchered. See what happens now this year. I'll leave it in this pot, hopefully it'll thicken up, and see what happens with it. It might end up going into the man cave, you see, under light. We'll see what happens. Here's a quick look at the containers on back. There's all sorts in here, fuchsias. I can't name half of these. My wife planted a lot of these. There's loads of mint, not strawberry mint. Some spearmint. There's a pot here which is a mixture of herbs. Wants a good cutting back. Thyme. Spearmint self-seeded behind there. Fig tree. The other fig tree's just coming back. I covered it all last year, and we had that late frost and snow killed it off. but it's come back at base. This one lost a little bit, but it had some figs on it, but they went off. More spearmints, self-seeded, chives, more at strawberries, various other stuff. Loads of other stuff. This is the blueberry, still not on the ground. And various, to say, other stuff. I can't name it all. These artichokes surprised me. That was just a tiny little pup off at main plant last year. Main plant died back, and it looks like I've got another one here coming. Well, that's a bonus. Look at the size of that. That's huge. I'm sure that's too late to eat that now. It'll have all stuff started in it, all seeded. Ants, look, covered in ants. Might have to take one of them and try it. There's some more coming further down. And this is red sorrel, but this got really attacked by black fly, unfortunately. Well, it hasn't done it any harm in reality, but it doesn't look really super healthy. I'm so happy to be back on the building site.